Hello everyone, it's Becky and welcome to week 2 of Christmas in July, a collaboration with Gracie21. So before I get into my projects for this week, I just want to remind you that I am doing a giveaway for this series on my channel, and I have been collecting some Christmas things that I found in the bags that I bought at the hot off the press warehouse sale. So as I find Christmas things, I've been putting them aside to put into this giveaway, and each week I'll be adding a little bit more. So you can look at last week's video to see what's already in there, but let me show you what I'm adding this week. There are these embossed sheets that have Christmas motifs on them. You could use these to make tags, small cards, whatever you want to use them for. And there's this one too. And then I have some Heidi Swap gold bling. I had, these are the, they look like metal. I put some silver ones in last week, but there's some gold going in this week. Then there's these little Christmas punch out things that are called page previews, I guess. Just kind of cute. There's some little Christmas frames. And then I have a whole bunch of stamps. Isn't this cute? Merry Woofmas. I love that one. And these are just small stamps. Here's a little snowman. I love this little elf too. He's very cute. 'Tis the season to be jolly. These are good for tags. They're kind of small for cards, but they're good to put on tags. But you could use it for a small card too. And there's that one. So those are all going to get added this week. For the giveaway, I'm going to put the rules down in the description box because it just seems like every time I try and say what the rules are, I forget something. So I'm just going to put that down in the description box, so be sure and read that. Okay, so let's get started. I decided to focus on napkins this week. And so I used the plastic wrap method of adhering the napkin to my card base. And if you're not familiar with how to do that, I'm going to link a tutorial down in the description box that Purple Cottage Crafts did. That she did a great job on it. I'm not going to try and reinvent it because, you know, there's enough of them already out there on YouTube for you to look at, but I'll put a link to that one. It was the one I had watched when I learned how to do this. These cards are so fast and easy to make. It literally just takes minutes to make them. So basically what you're doing is you put a piece of parchment down on your ironing board, parchment paper, and I just used the stuff from the Dollar Tree. Then your card base, then a piece of plastic wrap. I think the cheaper the better that you use is, you know, so just get some Dollar Tree plastic wrap. Somebody said using the microwavable kind doesn't work as well, so that's one little tip I'll throw out there. And then you put the top ply of the napkin. You have to pull the plies apart and make sure you're only down to one ply that's left. Lay that on there, put another piece of parchment paper over the top, and then you just iron it for 2 to 3 minutes until it fully adheres. And basically that's melting the plastic wrap, which then becomes the glue that holds the napkin onto the card. And it's so cool because it gives your card kind of a fabric-like feel, almost like linen. It's really an interesting thing. And you can do both front and back if you want. I just did the front on mine because I didn't figure nobody really looks at the back, so why bother? That way, you know, with a napkin I get 4 cards out of it generally. So after I got that adhered, then I just added some bling to it. Like I put the little buttons, I put some little rhinestones on this one and these 2 little stars. I ran out of gold stars, and so I need to find a whole package of gold stars because I find that's the color I'm looking for when I want stars the most, because there was yellow underneath here that they had on the image. Sorry, I'm sucking on a cough drop, so I apologize for that, but this is my 10th try at making this video, and I keep coughing because I still have this bug that I'm trying to get rid of, so pardon me. Hopefully this will keep me from coughing partway through the video. Oh, and I forgot to show the inside of that one. I just had this Ho 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 stamp, and I just heat embossed that on there. Then this card, I kind of got a little carried away with the bling, and you probably don't need as much. Like, I did not need to do every one of those snowflakes, but I did, and so they're on there, and so what. I also have the 3 of those stars here. I think this is where I used up my last ones. I had a couple of enamel dots that I used on his eyes. So, you know, it just adds a little bit of dimension to the card and makes it a little more interesting than just being a flat card with just the napkin. So I like doing that. And then this one, I had some of these. This is a rub-on. Yeah, let me find the package. These are, I got at that warehouse sale, and so there will be a package of these in the giveaway, but you just rub them on, and so that's really easy. And I thought that turned out pretty good. And then these are bigger cards, so I used bigger card bases, obviously, or they were bigger napkins, so I used bigger card bases. And this one, I just added some bling where the little ornaments were on the tree. I added some Wink of Stella to the star, and I also added it to this little bow here. There's a little flat back pearl here, a couple of enamel dots on his eyes, and then a few flat back red pearls there where the holly berries were. And I think there's some Wink of Stella here too. So that one was very simple. And then it just says Merry Christmas. These are all heat embossed. I love heat embossing. This napkin, and again, these napkins all came from Germany. So this one's a little different because we don't normally associate mushrooms with Christmas, but it's still kind of cute, so I used it. And then these, I just added a little bling here and there. I ran out of stars again, so like here I'd used one, I think down here, but here I just had to use a little gold rhinestone. And so I just added those in. And then I had this stamp that has a kind of a stitched snowflake similar to, not identical to, but similar to that. So I decided to put that as a border. And again, these are heat embossed. This is red, believe it or not. My red ink pad is really, really, really old. And it kind of came out this funky, variegated color, but it's still kind of cool, so it's all right. I need to get a new red pad, though, obviously. So I added that there. And then my last card is this tree one, and I didn't totally bling out every little thing that's on here because I didn't want to get too carried away like I did with the snowman. I may have still gotten a little too carried away, but I think this one's cute. So I just added where there were ornaments. Some of these looked like little persimmons. You can see the little top of the fruit there. I think that's what those are called. And so I added some red ones on there, and then just some miscellaneous still flowers, you know, where some of the flower things were on the print. Again, I didn't have any yellow stars left, so I just put a little yellow rhinestone up there. And this one, I had a little bit of the plastic wrap leaked onto the front of the card, so I needed to cover that up. So I just put a little gold washi tape down for the border. And this is another little trick you can use when you're, let me show you on my napkins, because I had to cut these a little bit taller than just the actual face of, now I can't find the right napkin. Let me show this one. So my card, of course, was just slightly taller than the, go this way, than the print was on one panel. So you can see here, I cut this panel out just a little higher up into the next panel. But what you could do is, if you have a napkin that doesn't quite cover your card, a couple of things. One, just cut your card off. Nobody's going to be measuring your card to make sure it's regulation, you know, size, so it doesn't really matter. You can do that, or you can just add a little washi tape at either the top or the bottom or both, you know, and center that shorter napkin piece in the middle. Or you could add a little ribbon, or there's all kinds of stuff you can do to kind of make up for that. because invariably the napkin never exactly fits. So you kind of have to make it fit. You'll see this was just a little too wide. I lost a little bit of the bottom branches off of there. On the snowman, or on the Santa, I had to lose a little bit of there, and I lost just a little bit of edge on the bottom of the tree, but, you know, and I lost some there. I lost the bottom of the snowman's scarf. So, you know, you just have to kind of work with it and make it fit the best you can, but you can still see it's still cute, even if you're missing a little bit of the print. So that is my share for this week. These are so fast and really easy to do. So I highly recommend this method. And like I said, I will put a link to the tutorial down below for those of you who have never tried it. I hope you do. And if you do, let me know how you liked it. So that's it for this week. And I'll see you later. Bye.